And that's a look at the Wn Chrisman Bears starting lineup. The Winnetonka Griffins enter this game with a record of 18 wins and 7 losses, at home 5-2. One of those losses, though, was to Wn Chrisman. That was on the 1st of May. It was 5-5 going into the 7th, and the Bears scored 4 times in the top of the 7th to claim a 9-5 victory. Wn Chrisman's opponent today, Winnetonka, 3-3 in neutral site games. The Griffins score an average of 7.1 runs per game. That should be 7.2, and they average 3.3 runs allowed. Looking at the starting lineup for the Winnetonka Griffins, Dylan Kroll, their pitcher, will lead off. He'll be followed by Dean DeJesus, the shortstop, then first baseman Mason Crockett. Corbin Henderson is the catcher. He bats cleanup. Batting 5th, Landon Irwin, who plays 2nd. Right fielder, Ollie Reisenbichler, will be playing for the Winnetonka Griffins in right field. Gavin Giebler, the left fielder, hits number 7. Batting 8th is Troy Brodegam. He is the 3rd baseman, and hitting 9th, Sam Reisenbichler. So for the Winnetonka Griffins, it's Kroll, DeJesus, Mason Crockett, Henderson, Irwin, Ollie Reisenbichler, Giebler, Brodegam, and Sam Reisenbichler. Pitching for the Winnetonka Griffins in this game is the leadoff hitter, and that is Dylan Kroll. Not batting, but playing in center field, Bradley Allen. The umpires for this game, behind home plate is Steve Eklund and Chris Caldwell in the field. Chris Caldwell, in the game we broadcast earlier on Free Tap today, the Van Horn game against Platte County, he was behind home plate. So they are moving the umpires around, a little musical chairs with the umpires here. Well, if you want to buy a home or sell your home, if you want to buy property or sell your property, the best person to contact is Anita Jonas. She is with Anita's home team at RE/MAX Premier Properties. She is licensed in Missouri and Kansas. Anita can be reached at 810-9279. She is a Wn Chrisman grad, and she, along with others, coordinates the Wn Chrisman class reunions. And last fall, my wife graduated from Wn Chrisman in 1978, so I've been to some of those Wn Chrisman reunions. I've been to several Winnetonka reunions, too, and they are all absolutely wonderful. The person who has a big part in coordinating those at Wn Chrisman, though, is Anita Jonas. Call her if you want to talk about buying property or selling property or homes. Her number, once again, 816-810-9279. And for your insurance needs, don't go to Jake from State Farm, go to Blake from State Farm, Blake Roberson. And speaking of Robersons, right now leading off is DeAndre Roberson for the Wn Chrisman Bears. Kroll, a right-handed pitcher, Roberson, a right-handed batter. And the first pitch of this game is a strike. Fastball grabbed the outside part of the plate. 0-1 to DeAndre Roberson. He crowds home plate, has his right foot on the back of the batter's box. Ground ball between first and second. That's a base hit for DeAndre Roberson. So he leads off with a base hit for the Wn Chrisman Bears. Defensively for Winnetonka, Kroll on the mound, behind home plate, Corbin Henderson. Mason Crockett at first. At second, Irwin. DeJesus, the shortstop. Trey Brodegam is at third. Left to right in the outfield, Giebler, Allen, and Ollie Eisenbichler. Stepping up is the freshman, Elijah Dunn, right-handed batter, and the pitch to Kroll, waited that and missed. Dunn down in the count, 0-1. Elijah Dunn looks down at the third baseline to Miles Shelton, his head coach. Coaching down the first baseline, Jake Cates. Slowing it down just a bit, Kroll. There goes the runner. The pitch was outside and sliding in safely with a stolen base, DeAndre Roberson. So he is in scoring position. 1 ball and 1 strike to Elijah Dunn. Elijah Dunn, when he became a freshman at Wn Chrisman, not only was the head coach of the baseball team, Miles Shelton, very happy, also Michael Rose-Ivy, the football coach, as well. Pitch outside. Dunn acted as if he was going to bunt. Pulled back, 2-1. These two teams met twice in the regular season, one in the Northland tournament. Mason Cates had 11 strikeouts. You heard right on the outside part of the plate at the knees, 2-2. You heard in the John Mars III Memorial Coaches Conversation, you heard Miles Shelton talk about how Mason Cates struck out 11. He didn't even pitch 5 full innings, but the Bears, a lot of miscues in that game, and the Griffins won 12-2. But then at Tonka, it was a win for the Bears. So this is the third final and deciding game between these two teams this season. Kroll, a look at the runner. Ground ball up the middle, diving. The second baseman, it goes off his glove into center field. And sliding home safely, DeAndre Roberson, a single for Elijah Dunn, and the Bears go up 1-0 against the Winnetonka Griffins. Well, that one was just smacked up the middle, diving, trying to get his hand on it was the second baseman. That is Landon Irwin. It glanced off the end of his glove, and I believe that should be a base hit because that would have been a remarkable play had Irwin been able to come down with that. There goes Dunn to second base. No throw. Henderson looked and saw that he didn't have a chance, so instead of risking throwing it into center field and putting Dunn on at third, he just held on. So the Bears have a 1-0 lead and a runner on at second base. Mason Cates at the plate. Cates swings and misses. He is behind in the count, 0-2. Mason Cates is the shortstop. He also pitches. If time allows, I'll have to tell you something that Miles Shelton told me about Mason's brother, Trey Cates. Outside, good eyes by Mason Cates to watch that one. 1-2. The Griffins wearing maroon red hats, likewise with their jerseys with big white numbers and gold trim around the lower part of the jerseys. White pants, black socks. Throughout the history of Free Tap Sports Radio, I've always loved broadcasting Bears, Falcons, and Patriots events against Winnetonka. Popped up on the infield. Making the catch was Mason Crockett, and Mason Cates is out, 1 gone. So there's 1 away with Elijah Dunn still on at second base. Bears lead the Griffins 1-0. Cooper Hudson, the pitcher, steps up. Right-handed batter is Cooper Hudson. The game we broadcast just a couple of weeks ago, he had a monster home run as he takes a fastball over for a strike. He had a monster home run at Clyde Thompson Stadium at Raytown against the Blue Jays. Check of the runner at second. Kroll's pitch. Swung on. Hit high. Not very deep to right field. And there to make the catch for the Griffins was Ollie Reisenbichler. 2 gone. Staying at second on that fly ball out. Elijah Dunn. Remember all of our wonderful broadcast partners. Be sure and check them out if you're looking for a car. Bob Site Kia, 1700 South Nolan Road. My wife Abby and I have bought 6 cars from them, and we will continue to do so. Ask for Brian when you go there. Pitch to Chavez. Fouled back, 0-1. Vincent usually plays at third. He has pitched quite a few innings for the Bears. He stands deep in the batter's box as well. Kroll, the 0-1. Big swing, nothing doing. I think Kroll may have taken a bit off of that. So Chavez will have to hit on Kroll's terms. First two Bears reached. DeAndre Robertson got a single, and then coming home to score on a single by Elijah Dunn was Robertson, inside and tight. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jackson Dillard is the on-deck hitter.
Let's go, Dill.
Kroll slowing it down a bit. Swung on and missed. It gets by the catcher. Picked up by Henderson, and the throw to first is in time. So that's a strikeout, but it will go down as 2-3 on the putout, and for the Wn Chrisman Bears, it's 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 as we move now to the bottom of the first. Bears lead 1-0. The Griffins coming up. You're listening to Wn Chrisman Bears Athletics on Free Tap Sports Radio and ISDschools.org.
Yeah.
Keep getting off some char bars coming from across the highway.
Yeah.
Like,
That'd be nice.
I'm like, I have pickles and mini sausage and cheese.
Add a protein bar.
Okay, but it's like huge.
Well, this game moves to the bottom of the first inning, pushing across a run in the top of the frame. The Wn Chrisman Bears, they have a 1-0 advantage. On the mound for the Wn Chrisman Bears is Cooper Hudson. Glad to have you along for this one. The winner tomorrow will take on a very, very good team, the Kearney Bulldogs. Tomorrow we will carry on Free Tap Sports Radio a baseball game. It depends. Who plays will depend on what happens today. If Truman wins, we will broadcast their game tomorrow. Truman Patriots they are going up against the Rockhurst Hawklets today. So if Truman wins, we will broadcast their game tomorrow. If Truman loses, but when Tonka wins, Wn Chrisman wins, we will broadcast the Bears game against Kearney. Yep, that's the way it goes in the playoffs. Everything's kind of up in the air.
I just switch it.
Strike called, 1 ball and 1 strike to Dylan Kroll. Takes a look down the first base line at his first base coach. The head coach of the Griffins, a former Wn Chrisman Bears coach. Ground ball, picking it up, Jackson Dillard as he steps on the base for 1 out. So up now is Dean DeJesus. And the pitch from Hudson. Chopped foul. 0-1 to Dean DeJesus. Best pizza anywhere can be found right by Truman High School, 3503 Nolan Road in Independence. It's called Pizza Street. Inside, stepping out of the way, DeJesus, and the count goes to 1-1 on him. Pizza Street, run by Joaquina Frias. Oh my gosh, that one just barely got the outside part of the plate, 1-2. They have many, many, many different flavors at Pizza Street. If your favorite is not on the buffet, outside 2 and 2, ask for Joaquina or her staff and they will get that set up. They also have salads. You can call and pick up pizza. We do that during the football season. Every home game of the Bears, Falcons, and Patriots, we have pie in the press box. Round and foul, 2 and 2 still. Joaquina can also help your school make money through fundraisers. Good way to give the kids a fun time working at Pizza Street and raising money for the projects. Their number, 816-252-5999. Upstairs, count goes full to De Jesus. Cooper Hudson. The wine, the pit, in the dirt, ball 4. So Cooper Hudson becomes, Dean DeJesus becomes the first base runner for the Winnetonka Griffins. Wn Chrisman, 2 hits in the first and 1 run. They are on top 1-0. Runner now at first and 1 gone. Stepping up is Mason Crockett. Crockett plays first base this evening for the Winnetonka Griffins. And yes, this is an evening game now, although the lights are off. Down low and outside, 1-0. Corbin Henderson, the catcher, is on deck. Working from the stretch, Hudson, he is a senior. There goes the runner, and the pitch rounded to Goldner at third. Picks it up and throws and gets him. And DeJesus did not stop on that ground out. He rounded second, and now he is on at third with 1 out. 5-3 on the putout, 1 gone, but the Griffins have the tying run on at third. Stepping up, Corbin Henderson, the Winnetonka catcher. Hudson's first pitch to him is outside, 1-0. Wn Chrisman in the field with blue hats. They have a B for Bears, but it certainly looks like the old Brooklyn Dodgers hats. Swing and a miss. I think Hudson or Henderson went for 1 outside of the strike zone. Old gold brims on their hats. Dark blue jerseys with a big white stripe with gold trim around the middle. Pop up is back is Goldman, the second baseman, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So for the Winnetonka Griffins, it's no runs on 1 hit. Make that no runs on a walk, as no hits in the inning. They leave 1. They have left 1 in this game. We move now to the 2nd. It is the Wn Chrisman Bears leading 1-0 after 1. You are listening to Wn Chrisman Bears Athletics on Free Tap Sports Radio and ISDschools.org. Well, we're having a few technical difficulties. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Okay, now we go to the top of the 2nd inning with the Wn Chrisman Bears leading Tonka at this point, 1-0. And pardon me as I try and figure out some technical things as I try to describe what is going on here.
Go 7.
Up for the Bears is Jackson Dillard. Kroll's first pitch to him. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Dillard to be followed by Caleb Plater and Noah Goldner. Next one. And this is as well. This one misses, I should say. Next pitch from Kroll. Smack in the field. A base hit for Jackson Dillard. So he is aboard to lead off the bottom of inning number 2, the top of the second. That's the third hit for the Wn Chrisman Bears.
Get 2.
Stepping up to the plate is Caleb Plater. Caleb, the right fielder for the Bears in this game. Right-handed batter. Right-handed pitcher. Foul back. 0-1 to Caleb Plater.
Yeah, Dylan plays with one of my sons.
Oh, does he?
Kroll taking his time, looks over at first. Jackson Dillard there. A pitch. Caleb wanted to swing, pulled the bat back, and a strike called. So he is hitting on the terms of Kroll. 1-0, the Bears lead. Nobody out, runner on at first. Top of the second inning. The pitch from Kroll. Outside once more. Caleb wanted to swing, held back, and this time the pitch missed the strike zone. It's unusual for the Bears and Griffins to see one another. Swung on and missed, and Caleb Plater down on strikes. That's the second strikeout in the game for Kroll. That's going to bring up Noah Goldner. Noah, a left-handed batter. He and his twin brother, fouled back by Goldner, 0-1. He and his twin brother, Max, who is in the on-deck circle, both going to Kansas Wesleyan in Salina to play baseball next year. Noah also involved in the track and field team at Wn Chrisman, outside 1-1. Thus, his time on the baseball field is a bit limited. Both of the Goldners, very good students. Down the ball to the second baseman, slips, throws to second for 1, on to first, not in time. I think what may have cost the Griffins just now was when Irwin kind of slipped. The field could be wet. We have had some rain here. If this goes 4-6 on the fielder's choice, there are now 2 gone, and up is Max Goldner, the second baseman. Max, very talented, not only in baseball, he had one of the lead roles in the fall musical this year. Throw to first. Driving back is Noah Goldner. Bears lead 1-0. 2 gone, top of the second inning. Next pitch is outside, 1-0. Please remember our broadcast partners, the absolute best place for burgers, fish sandwiches, tenderloins, onion rings. Goldner chops it wide of third, foul ball, 1-1. Ice cream treats, course, you go to the 3 Highboy Drive-Ins in Independence. Saw the owner of the Highboy Drive-In at Blue Ridge Cutoff at 40 Highway at the other game I broadcast. His sons played for Van Horn. Smack fell. Oh, what a good stop by Miles Shelton. That was amazing. Yes, someone said barehanded. I think Miles played back in the day when they did not have gloves. Here comes the pitch. Hit high, not very deep though. Moving in to make the catch was Ollie Reisenbichler, and the inning comes to an end. For the Wn Chrisman Bears, it's no runs in the inning on 1 hit. They strand 1. That's 2 they've left in this ball game. And we move now to the bottom of the second. It's Wn Chrisman leading Winnetonka 1-0. You're listening to Wn Chrisman Bears Athletics on 3TAP Sports Radio and ISDschools.org. So in addition to coaching, you have camera duty today.
I guess so.
Ah.
I guess so. I don't really know how to hook up to it too much, but
Here we go. Here we go to the bottom of the second inning. The Wn Chrisman Bears 1 run on 2 hits in the first inning. Took a 1-0 lead, and that is the score right now. The Bears have a total of 3 hits. The Griffins looking for their first base hit of this game. And up for Winnetonka will be Landon Irwin. He'll be followed by Ollie Reisenbichler and then Gavin Giebler. Back for his second inning on the mound, Cooper Hudson. Swinging at the first pitch and popping it up was Irwin. Jackson Dillard just a few steps to his right to make the catch. 1 gone. Ollie Reisenbichler, the right fielder, steps up for Winnetonka. He is a right-handed hitter. Ollie Reisenbichler, somewhere I have a sheet that tells what year those people are in school. Watches a pitch that goes outside. 1-0 to Reisenbichler. Next one misses as well. Reisenbichler drives it off the glove of the third baseman Chavez and into left field. That will probably be a single. Oh my gosh, you could just hear it hit the glove of Chavez. Not a whole lot that Vincent could have done with that. So Reisenbichler gets the Griffins' first hit. He is aboard with 1 out. The throw, and he dives back in time. Giebler steps up. Winnetonka Griffins twice have won the Missouri State Championship in baseball. One of them, 1980, the other in 85. Ironically, the first 2 years the Royals went to the World Series. And when they won it in 1980, they were coached by one of the assistant football coaches I played for there years ago, Benny Kane. Strike. 0-1. Gavin Giebler, I found it. He is a junior. Throw to first. Not straying far away from the base, Ollie Reisenbichler. Giebler wears number 1. 380 to center field on this field. Look out, pitch inside, leading out of the way.
Good grab.
Giebler. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bears lead the Griffins. 1 out, runner on at first, bottom of the 2nd inning. Saying no to his catcher, Fryer, was Cooper Hudson. Now he throws it down in the dirt. Diving, good job by Fryer to keep that ball from going back to the screen and keeping Ollie Reisenbichler at first. 2 balls and a strike. Trey Brottingham is the on-deck hitter. Swung on and missed. 2-2. But Benny Kane, who led Winnetonka to a state championship in, back then it was 4A in 1980. He was an amazing teacher as well as coach. Hit high, backing up Mason Cates, but he gives way to DeAndre Roberson, the center fielder, who comes in to make the catch for the 2nd out. 2 gone for Trey Brottingham. Still on at first is Ollie Reisenbichler. Benny Kane, I recall we used to go to a place called the Antioch Bowl for PE. Back then, Winnetonka had the block system. Classes were about an hour and 45 minutes, and sometimes PE classes would go there. Nice stop by Fryer once again, pitched down low. Well, he saw me struggling in the bowling lane, so he called me up behind the chairs by the bowling lanes. Oh, diving back in time, Ollie Reisenbichler. Had me roll a few balls to him, told me what to do, and what did I do afterwards? Got a turkey, 3 consecutive strikes. Thank you, Benny Kane. Ball hit high in the air and moving to his left fielder, Elijah Dunn, to make the catch. For the Winnetonka Griffins in their half of the 2nd inning, it's no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. They have left 2 in this ball game. We move now to the top of the 3rd. Right after this, you are listening to Wn Chrisman Bears Athletics on Free Tap Sports Radio and on isdschools.org. Bob Renison. Wayne may not remember me because people wanted to forget me.
I don't know what you said.
Oh. Here we go to the bottom of, or the top of the 3rd inning. I've got to get the bottoms and tops straightened out here. 1-0 Wn Chrisman. The Bears scored in the 1st inning. Bears have out-hit the Griffins 3-1. I was mentioning that Winnetonka has twice won the state championship in 4A in baseball. The other time in '85, a guy who eventually went on to be the head football coach at Oak Park coached the Bears. He is Keith Ross. And in '86, Winnetonka finished in 2nd place in 4A. The Griffins, the Bears, the closest they have come was in '74, and hold on, let me back up. No, I'm thinking Van Horn in '74. Swinging at the first pitch and driving it well down the line. DeAndre Roberson. It rolls to the corner. Roberson into 2nd base as he has a double. He got all of that, and he is in scoring position to lead things off. And stepping up for the Bears, the author of the only RBI in this game, Elijah Dunn. Elijah singled to drive home Roberson in the 1st. Okay, so I was thinking Winnetonka, but it was Van Horn. We broadcast their game earlier. They finished in 4th place in 1974 in the state of Missouri in class, I think it was class, or 4A then. They had a pretty good pitcher on that team. Bunted, Picked up by Kroll as he charges off the mound. Hitches once and throws. And what's the call? What is the call? Safe at first. Thank you. Safe at first for Elijah Dunn. So he is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. 2 hits in the inning to lead things off for the Bears. And they have runners at the corners for Mason Cates. Mason 0 for 1 in this contest. Going on to third just now was DeAndre Roberson. Kroll working from the stretch. Bears lead 1-0 against the Griffins. There goes the runner, Elijah Dunn. The throw, I don't think that DeJesus, the shortstop, was expecting that. He kind of flinched, saw the ball heading his way. So in at second base with a stolen base, Elijah Dunn, 1-0 the count to Mason Cates. Bears lead 1-0, and Cates has 2 ducks on the pond for him right now. The 1-0 is upstairs. I was mentioning when Van Horn finished 4th in the state, 1974, they had a fairly good ball player by the name of Rick Sutcliffe playing for them. He went on to become National League Rookie of the Year a few years after that. Cates rolls it to DeJesus. That's short. Nice pickup. The throw. It's caught on the bounce at first. It's an out, but scoring is Roberson. That is a fielder's choice. It goes 6-3. Cates is out at first, but Roberson scores, and going on to third, Elijah Dunn. It's now 2-0, the lead for the Wn Chrisman Bears. 1 gone in the top of the third inning, and up now is Cooper Hudson. Hudson swings at the first pitch and fouled away, 0-1. Hudson is 0 for 1. He had a fly ball out in inning number 1. Elijah Dunn at third. He was stranded there at the end of inning number 1. Once more, Hudson fouls it back, so he's in the hole, 0-2. You remember Rick Sutcliffe, who played for Van Horn? Earlier this season, I broadcast a game between as Hudson puts a charge and it drills it to left field, and it rolls to the ball. Dunn scores. Hudson rounds second. He's not satisfied there. He is heading to third, and he slides in safely. A run-scoring triple for Cooper Hudson, and the Bears now on top, 3-0. That's the 6th hit for the Bears in this game. And a courtesy runner coming in. That is Gunlock, who is on at third for Cooper Hudson. Bears with 6 hits and 3 runs, up 3-0. 1 out in this inning. Runner at third, Vincent Chavez to the plate. Foul back. Oh my gosh. People watching the video that's placed behind there, they'll see that thing shaking a bit. 0-1 to Chavez. Asks for time, steps back in. Gunlock, the runner at third. He is a courtesy runner. Outside. Out evens at a ball and a strike. Earlier this year, I broadcast a game between Van Horn and Fort Osage. These 2 schools have produced, between them have produced 2 MVPs, 2 Rookies of the Year, Pitcher of the Year, all the way out. That one, I think, went off the leg of Chavez, so he's going to take a little time to just kind of work it out. And the Falcons' opponents that day, Fort Osage, they graduated a guy that went on to become a 700 home run hitter in Major League Baseball. Who was that Van Horn, or that Fort Osage player who went on to hit over 700 Major League home runs? Do you know who he is? To give you a hint, I believe there's only 4 in Major League history who have hit 700, and he is one of them. Pitch to Chavez. Barely got a piece of it. Fouled back. 2-2. Guy named Albert Pujols. A lot of baseball talent in Independence. In a National League playoff series, National League Championship Series in '84, 2 people from eastern Jackson County hit home runs. Down low, count goes full to Chavez. One graduated from Van Horn, the other graduated from Raytown South, and both of them hit home runs in the NLCS game number 1 in '84. One a pitcher, Rick Sutcliffe, the other Bobby Dernier, who went to Raytown South. Fouled away, and oh my gosh, Henderson took it. Oh, he is in pain. He is on his back. Hopefully he will be okay. Well, this has been a rough at bat for Chavez and the catcher, Henderson. Both have dinged balls off of themselves, and now Miles Shelton, the coach of the Bears, looking at the left leg of Chavez, and meanwhile, Jimmy Pickett, the head coach of the Winnetonka Griffins, standing over his catcher, Henderson, and Jake Cates, the coach of the Bears head boys basketball coach and assistant baseball coach, lifts Henderson up, and good round of applause from the fans here. This definitely has been a rough at bat for the batter and the catcher. So Kroll on the mound needs to watch out for a line drive right back at him. We'd hate to see the batter in the battery get dinged up in one at bat.
All right, Dylan, let's go. Finish it off.
Okay, 3-2 pitch coming up. Runner at third for the Bears, and lifted high, but not very far. It goes for a base hit. Redlock drives it home, and the Bears have increased their lead 4-0. That's Wn Chrisman's 7th hit of this game. And Chavez gets a single and an RBI, and Jackson Dillard steps up. Jackson 1 for 1 with a single in this contest. One out in this inning. Runner at first, chop foul, and that one went in and out of the Bears dugout there on the third base side. A lot of the high school dugouts you see, you don't see what you have here as the screen just at the lower half. A lot of them, it goes all the way to the top. Fouled off. Fouling away the first 2 pitches to go down 0-2, Jackson Dillard. Glad to have you along for this one. We will have baseball tomorrow on Free Tap Sports Radio. Which game we do not know. If Truman beats Rockers today, well, inside it's 1-2. If Truman wins or won today, I'll try and check from Misha, see if I can find out the score. We will carry the Patriots game tomorrow. If the Bears hang on and win, we'll broadcast theirs if Truman does not prevail today. That's the way the playoffs work. Fouled off again. Once again, thanks to all of our broadcast partners, among them Game Time Graphics in Independence, run by David Curtis. Smoke foul, this time just barely above the outstretched hands of Miles Shelton. When I say Miles played before they had gloves, he showed it right there. That one was hit hard. Only someone who played back then would try and catch that barehanded, and Miles is the guy. Next pitch. Okay. That one he was aiming at Miles, and it was just a third of a smidgen beyond his reach. Foul ball. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jackson Dillard. Jackson started in the game we broadcast between the Bears and the Griffins at Winnetonka. Swung on and missed. And down goes Jackson Dillard. There are 2 away. For Kroll, his 3rd strikeout, and stepping up Caleb Plater. Caleb struck out his first trip to the plate. That was in the 2nd inning. Love visiting with Caleb's parents. Swing and a miss, 0-1. His mom, Christy, of course, is the secretary to Jeff Alderman in the activities department at Wn Chrisman. His father, Brett Plater. Caleb fouls it off the catcher. This has been rough for Henderson. He's okay, but my gosh, he's taking a beating back there. 0-2 to Caleb Plater. Caleb's father, Brett Plater, is the principal at Bingham Middle School, and his sister, Kirsten, is on the rowing team at Kansas State University. She was a swimmer while at Wn Chrisman. Caleb walks down the 3rd baseline, has a visit with Miles London. Of course, they were talking about what he can expect with this 0-2 pitch coming up from Dylan Kroll. Noah Goldner, the on-deck hitter. Bears lead 4-0. Caleb Plater swings, hits it high, and moving in a few steps to make the catch, Ollie Reisenbichler for the out. But for the Wn Chrisman Bears, they score 3 times in the 3rd inning. 3 runs for the Wn Chrisman Bears on 3 hits. They leave 1. They have left 3 in this ball game. And we move now to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Wn Chrisman 4, Tonka nothing. Back in just a moment. You are listening to Wn Chrisman Bears Athletics on 310 Sports Radio and on isdschools.org. Bottom of the 3rd already underway, and the number 9 hitter for the Griffins, Sam Reisenbichler, has a 2-0 count. This time getting it over the plate, Cooper Hudson 2-1. And the next one, hit high down the left field line and foul and out of play. And big thanks to a fellow Winnetonka class of 77 graduate, Wayne Rasmussen. My table was about to just fall to the ground. Wayne, he was very good with mechanics in school, and he showed it that he still has it as he made sure this table would not fall. Thank you, Wayne. He gives me the thumbs up. Strike called. Down goes Sam Reisenbichler. That's 1 out. And back to Dylan Kroll at the top of the order. That's the first strikeout in the game for Cooper Hudson. Kroll, his first trip to the plate, hit a ground ball to Jackson Dillard, who picked it up and stepped on the bag. Hudson, a right-handed pitcher. Kroll, left-handed hitter. Big curve over. Wow, that one he took a lot off of it. Kind of mesmerizing. 0-1 to Kroll. Next pitch. Tried for the outside part of the plate. It was a bit too far outside, and a ball and a strike. And he fires that way again. 2 and 1 now. And they're among our broadcast partners inside 2 and 2. So make that 3 and 1. Steve's Trees and Contracting, run by my friends Steve and Christina Tully. Steve is a Wn Chrisman grad. Diving and having a glance off of his glove was Max Golder. Great effort, but there's no way he was going to get to that one. And Dylan Kroll is on with a single. That's the Griffin's second hit of this game. That'll bring up Dean DeJesus, who walked in the first. Oh, with Steve's Trees and Contracting, Steve is an Eagle Scout. He was one of the scouts in the troop I was a leader of. They take great pride in their service. Buttered by the Hensons. It's a good one. Off the mound. Was Cooper Hudson. An infield single for DeJesus, and after the first was out, the first batter was out, now the Griffins have something going as they have runners at first and second with 1 gone. That's going to bring up Mason Crockett. Bears lead 4-0, but the Griffins have something going. Remember, Steve's Trees and Contracting, they do tree trims, full removal, stump grinding, planting trees, 24-hour emergency storm damage service, cat rescues, and much more. 816-988-6617. Hit high and deep to center. Backing up right in front of the warning track, making the catch, DeAndre Roberson. The runners tag up and they move 90 feet. Well, Crockett hit that one extremely well. So there's 2 away and 2 in scoring position for Winnetonka, and up is Corbin Henderson, the catcher. What's more, Corbin, he had a rough last half inning. I believe he is a freshman. Down low for a ball. One-0 pitch goes back to the screen. No advancement from the runners. This is a situation where whether or not the runners go with that pitch back to the screen may have been dictated by the score. It's not a long way back to the screen, and Jimmy Pickett does not want to lose anyone on the base path, especially with 2 out. Outside for a ball, 3-0. Landon Irwin is the on-deck hitter. Bears lead the Griffins 4-0. Wn Chrisman 1 in the first and 3 in the third. Third ball, strike called, 3-1. Cooper Hudson took a lot off of that curveball and a swing and a miss. So he has battled back as Hudson from 3-0 to 3-2. Griffins with runners at second and third. Fly ball racing as Roberson to his left. Lost his hat, but got there just in time to make the catch. A nice catch by DeAndre Roberson, and the inning comes to an end. For Winnetonka, it's no runs on 2 hits. They leave 2, they have stranded 4, and we go to the 4th. The Bears lead the Griffins 4-0. You're listening to Wn Chrisman Bears Athletics on Free Tap Sports Radio and ISschools.org. Here we go to the top of the fourth inning. Wn Chrisman with a 4-0 lead over the Tonka Griffins. Glad to have you along for this one.
Okay, Noah, this time.
As we are nearing the end of games that we broadcast on Free Tap Sports Radio, it has been another amazing year. A lot of fun things that we've got to tell you about. Leading off for the Bears is Noah Goldner.
Safely reach space.
He grounded into a 4-6 fielder's choice his first time up. Delivery is outside 1-0 to Goldner. Slowing it down just a bit. Kroll. Swing and a miss. Count evens at a ball and a strike to Noah Goldner. So the Twins, the Goldners, batting in the 8 and 9 spots today. Outside, when I interviewed his brother Max the day before the interview, the night before, I watched the movie Friday Night Lights. Goldner hits it high and foul, out of play, down the left field line, 2-2.
Come on.
Watched the Friday Night Lights, and they mentioned the school that the Goldners are going to next year, Kansas Wesleyan in Salina. Once again, foul down the left field line. Count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. They mentioned it because the quarterback of the Permian Panthers received some visitors from Kansas Wesleyan. Starting to rain just a bit here. That's the 8th hit in the game for the Bears, and up is Max Goldner. Yeah, hopefully this drops of rain that we are feeling right now won't be here with us for a long time. Inside and high to Max Goldner, 1-0. We're in the 4th inning. The Bears with a 4-0 lead over the Wnatawka Griffins. Right call. Thank you. A Bear parent comes and helps out, or a sister. Which one are you with?
Vincent Chavez.
Oh, Vincent Chavez. Alba. And did you wear number 16 when you were in school? Were you a Bear?
Yes.
Okay. One ball, 2 strikes to Max Goldner. Appreciate Vincent's mom coming to help put this tarp over the... There's a timeout called before the pitch. Timeout, or she helped put the tarp over the laptop. Yeah, I'm sitting in the rain, hooked up to electrical equipment. What can go wrong? Whenever I do this, I think of the movie King Ralph. Have you ever seen that? High fly ball. Moving to his right, Ollie Reisenbicker for the catch. And that's the first out of the inning. Now, in the movie King Ralph, John Goodman is a nightclub singer in Las Vegas, and the entire royal family of Great Britain dies as they are standing on metal bleachers for a family photo, and the extension cord for their power goes through some water. There's the pitch. Slow grounder as picked up by Kroll, and that's the throw to first in time. Running with the pitch, and now on at second base for the Bears is Noah Goldner. He is there with 2 outs. That's 1-3 on the putout. But in that movie, they need to find someone to be part of the royal family. They all get fried on the bleachers. So they search and search and search, and they find a nightclub singer played by John Goodman, Ralph Jones, in Las Vegas, and he becomes the King of England. Old movie, but still worth seeing. Folks, off the left side by Elijah John. He is 3 for 3, rounding third and scoring to make it 5-0 with Matt Golder, and diving into second base with a double for the Wn Chrisman Bears is Elijah John. Elijah having a very productive day. That's the 9th hit for the Bears, and they now lead 5-0. And stepping up is Mason Cates. Mason 0 for 2 in this game, a pop out and a ground out. The pitch from Kroll. Swing and a miss, 0-1 to Mason Cates. Cates is there with 2 gone. We're at the top of the 4th inning. Bears with a 5-0 lead. And this is a pretty good Tonka team that they are playing. The Griffins entered this game with 18 up and 7 down. Next pitch, misses. Oh, when Mason was batting earlier, I told you that I'd mentioned something about his brother Trey. Before interviewing Miles Shelton yesterday, strike called inside part of the plate. 2-2. I talked with Miles about pitchers who make it difficult for a coach or a manager to take out inside 3-2 of the game. It used to be that way in the major leagues. Now, 6 innings is a good start. But in the major leagues, you had pitchers like Whitey Ford and Bob Gibson, all back, stays 3-2, who some managers feared going to see them on the mound, like Bob Gibson. No one would want to go to him and say you're done for the day. And I asked Miles who he thought the pitcher that was scariest for a manager or a coach to take out is Cates. Fly ball to center field. Under it and making the catch for the 3rd out, Brad Allen. And the inning has come to an end, but for the Wn Chrisman Bears, they add to their lead. 1 run in the inning for the Wn Chrisman Bears on 2 hits. They leave 1. They have left the total in this game of 4. We move now to the bottom of the 4th. Wn Chrisman leads 5-0 against Winnetonka. You're listening to Wn Chrisman Bears Athletics on Free Tech Sports Radio and on ISDschools.org.
Yes, sir, Landon.
The first pitch of the bottom of the 4th misses for a ball. Cooper Hudson back on the mound. He is facing Landon Irwin. And another one misses. Landon Irwin in this game, 0 for 1. He popped out in the 2nd inning. Irwin fouls it away, 2-1. Well, I was mentioning that Miles Shelton, who he thought it was more intimidating to take off the mound than anyone else. He didn't say Whitey Ford or Bob Gibson or Randy Johnson. He said Trey Cates. Trey, the brother of Mason Cates, who is the shortstop for the Bears, and the son of Jake Cates, who is the assistant coach. Pitch inside, but slicing it foul. Landon Irwin, and the count evens at 2-2. He also said Alex Smith, who used to play for the Bears, who has graduated, also someone who did not want to leave the contest. Next pitch misses. Full count now to Landon Irwin. He is to be followed by Ollie Reisenbichler. Strike called, and down goes Landon Irwin. So there's one away, and for Hudson, that is his second strikeout of this game. Up now, Ollie Reisenbichler, 1 for 1 with a single. Grounded hard, foul off the facade of the third base dugout. Bears occupy the third base dugout. Griffins down the first base line. Remember, corporate copy print in Independence, 111 South Main on the Independence Square. The voices of Truman football, Robbie and Kimberly Pearson, got their wedding announcements there. Strike called 0-2. Count on Ollie Reisenbichler. Working quickly, Hudson, and he delivers the ball outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Robbie and Kimberly also spoke with the folks at Corporate Copy Print. Hit up the left field line. Barely fair. It rolled foul after it went past the line, but they had a player kicking it out. Ollie Reisenbichler got a little bit greedy as he got a single, his second of the game. He tried to stretch it into a double, and a throw from Elijah Dunn to Chavez got him out. So that is 7-5 on the putout, and there are 2 away. Nice play defensively by the Wn Chrisman Bears, and there's 2 gone for Gavin Giebler. He flied out his first trip to the plate. Once a bit more, remember, Corporate Copy Print, and Robbie and Kimberly said that they wanted our friends at Corporate Copy Print to provide, I don't remember what it was, something for them, and at Corporate Copy Print, they showed a lot of quality when they said, we can do this, but we know of someone who can do it better. High fly ball into right field, and backing up right in front of Caleb Slater, the right fielder, was Max Goldner to make the catch. So for the Minnetonka Griffins, they did get a hit, but it ends up being a 1-2-3 inning as Ollie Reisenbichler tried to stretch a single into a double. 4 innings have been played. We move on to the 5th. It is 5-0. The Bears lead Minnetonka. You're listening to Wn Chrisman Bears Athletics on Free Cap Sports Radio and ISDschools.org.
Mr. Cars.
No, it was not part of it. I was enjoying it.
What is your first name? Oh, Christy. Wonder if you went to school when my older kids went to Wn Chrisman. They graduated in 05 and 07.
I graduated in 2000.
So you barely missed it.
All right, let's go, Dylan. Come on, Tonka, down ready.
It's game now in the bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the 5th inning. Thank you. And at the plate, Cooper Hudson. Second pitch in a row. He fouls it away. 0-2. Cooper in this game has tripled, and he has hit a fly ball out. He is 1 for 2. Okay, right now the people seeing something that I wish you could still see in Major League Baseball. A pitcher pitching to another pitcher. Cooper keeps fouling them off. It is still 0-2. I was looking up some stats, and I saw where a pitcher,
Come on, dude. Settle in.
his name, escapes me now, but a pitcher who was intentionally walked twice in the same game. Whoa, 1-2. And I looked at all of the stats. Yeah, I like to look at stats. Of the 1970 season, there was one major league pitcher who received an intentional walk the entire season. Cooper Hudson skies the ball just beyond the infield dirt, backing up, waiting for it to come down, and making the catch for the first out of the inning was Landon Irwin. Thank you. One gone for Vincent Chavez.
Come on, Benny, let's
Vincent
go.
in this game, 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. And his strikeout, it actually had to be completed with a throw from the catcher to the first baseman. Pitch misses, 1-0. But the only pitcher to be walked intentionally in 1970, ground ball driving, not able to come up with it, was Rottingham, and it is a single for Vincent Chavez. His second hit of the game. He is 2 for 3. And for the Wn Chrisman Bears, their 10th hit of this game. That's actually the 7th hit by the Wn Chrisman Bears in this contest. Fouling away the first pitch, Jackson Dillard. Dillard 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. In the dirt, 1-1. That pitcher who was intentionally walked in the 1970 season, a member of the Minnesota Twins, Jim Cott. And into center field, a base hit, stopping at second, Vincent Chavez. So with 1 out, the Bears have 2 on for Caleb Plater. Well, Chavez and Dillard both get their second hits of this game. Caleb Plater 0 for 2, a strikeout, and he is flied out to right. Kroll still on the hill for the Tonka Griffins. Fouled off. 0-1 to Caleb Plater. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. And low, 1-1. Remember the High Boy drive-ins in Independence. Plater, out of play, look, I don't think it hit me one, that was good. I was actually calling a Kansas City, Kansas Community College softball game a couple of weeks ago, and a foul ball went into the street next to the stadium and hit a car as it was driving down that street. Nice pitch by Kroll. That one barely got the outside part of the plate, and there are 2 away with Bears on at first and second.
Let's go, Noah.
That's the 4th strikeout in the game for Kroll, and up is Noah Goldner. He has singled and hit into a 4-6 fielder's choice, and he had to kind of back out of the way of that pitch, well inside, 1-0. Kroll slowing it down just a bit from the stretch, and he gets this one over, so he has gone inside and outside to Noah Goldner. Goldner wearing white shoes. Can you name 4 major league teams that have worn white shoes? 2 balls and a strike. The pitch to Goldner. That is outside, 3-1. Okay, the A's when they were in Kansas City, and then they took that with them to Oakland. The Houston Astros. Outside, ball 4. So the Bears now have the bases loaded with 2 gone. First walk in this game for Dylan Kroll, and Jimmy Pickett comes out to talk with his hurler. See if he gets to stay in the game or if it's just a brief conversation. And I think that the first baseman may be pulled in to pitch. That is Mason Crockett. I think that's what they are doing. It is Mason Crockett. He came in relief when James Head and I broadcast the game between these 2 teams, and he had to go to the dugout that time as well. He has a different club from when he's on the mound. So the first batter he will face will be Max Goldner. Let's take a break as he takes his warm-up tosses. It's 5-0 William Chrisman, 2 gone, top of the 5th. You're listening to William Chrisman Bears Athletics on Free Tap Sports Radio and ISDschools.org.
I know he came in. Oh, Barry.
That's where he's best. As a closer.
Well, no, I was you, but I'm like.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. That's why I kept taking walks.
I wish I had could have.
Let's go, Max. Let's see it.
Okay, new pitcher in the game for the Winnetonka Griffins. That is Mason Crockett. Kroll went 4 2/3 of an inning, allowing 8 hits
Let's go, Max.
and 5 runs. He struck out 4 and walked just 1. Max Goldner fouls that ball out of play. 0-1. Also among our broadcast partners, the Hy-Vee stores. There are 2 in Independence, both run by Whitney Larson. He is a native of Iowa, one on 23rd Street, the other on Nolan Road. Low for a ball. Bears lead this game 5-0. They have the opportunity to put a serious dent in it right now, but there's 2 outs. Bases are loaded for Noah Goldner. Low roller picked up by Crockett. Looked at second, but then throws to first. Of course, there were 2 outs, so it goes 1-3 on the putout, and the Bears lead 3. But for the William Chrisman Bears in the inning, it's no runs in the inning for William Chrisman. The Bears end up with 2 hits and 1 walk. They lead 3. They have left 7 in this game. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's William Chrisman 5, Winnetonka 0. You're listening to William Chrisman Bears Athletics on Free Tap Sports Radio and ISDschools.org. Bottom of the 5th, and for the Winnetonka Griffins, it will be Trey Browningham leading off. And he takes a strike. 0-1. He'll be followed by Sam Reisenbickler. And then Dylan Kroll, another strike, 0-2. 5-0. The William Chrisman Bears lead. 1 in the first, 3 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. 8 hits for the Bears, 4 for the Winnetonka Griffins. Cooper Hudson gets the sign he likes, and the 1-2. That one missed, but by just a gnat's eyelash, it is 1-2. Next pitch. Swung on, hit high, foul down the right field line, and racing for it, and making the catch on the run, Caleb Blader. So there's 1 out for Sam Reisenbichler. Sam Reisenbichler is a left-handed hitter. He asks for time, steps in, stands kind of far from home plate, and the delivery is down low for a ball. Also among our partners, the Independent School District, same spot with that pitch, same result. The Independent School District, we appreciate all that they do. One thing you will find through the teachers, the administrators, the lunch people, they are all very caring. Bounding ball, picked up and stepping on the bag just ahead of Reisenbichler was Jackson Dillard. First unassisted, and there are 2 away. Back to the top of the order, Dylan Kroll will hit. Cooper Hudson trying to put down the Griffins 1-2-3 for the second inning in a row. Kroll 1 for 2. He singled and he rolls it. Nice stop by Goldner. That one had base hit ripped all over it, but hustling to his left, picking the ball up and getting the throw to Jackson Dillard at first in time was Max Goldner for the out. 4-3 on the putout, and it is a 1-2-3 inning for the Winnetonka Griffins. These 2 teams have played 5. The Bears on top, 5-0. Let's go on to the 6th. Right after this, you are listening to William Chrisman Bears Athletics on 3TAP Sports Radio and ISDschools.org.
What's that?
William Chrisman Bears about to bat in the top of the 6th. William Chrisman with a 5-0 lead. 5 runs on 8 hits. Their runs 1 in the first, 3 in the third, and 1 more in the 4th inning. Once again, remember all of the people and businesses who have made these broadcasts possible. Among them, my friend Anita Jonas, a 78 grad of William Chrisman, has a place in Buckner, and people who need gluten-free products, they have told her over and over again how much they appreciate it. It's Clarity Gluten-Free Shop at 323 South Hudson in historic Buckner, Missouri. They have, among their gluten-free products, here's the pitch is outside for a ball to DeAndre Roberson. Roberson in this game is 2 for 3, single and a double. Strike! Just barely got the inside part of the plate at the knees. But Anita has a lot of gluten-free products, and think about this, if you have all the kiddos over, kids, grandkids, all the way. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You don't want any of the kids sitting not getting a slice of the cake while all of their friends are doing so. Anita makes sure that doesn't happen with gluten-free birthday cakes and much, much more. Like them on Facebook and you may become a weekly winner. That's Anita's, that is Clarity Gluten-Free Shop. The pitch to Roberson. Chop foul and the count stays a ball and 2 strikes. He'll be followed by Elijah Dunn, who has had a perfect game so far. Also among our broadcast partners, Postpress Specialties, run by Andy Humble. He is looking for qualified people to work for him. He pays well, and he has great benefits. He wants you to work hard, though. He is with Postpress Specialties. He wants you to come by and visit 151 Geospace Drive on the square, or not on the square. Ground ball picked up at first base. And stepping on the bag there is new first baseman. Trying to get the number. I think it was a number 35 or 36 at first. For the Griffins. Oh, that was a ground out to first. And there's one out. Elijah Dunn. 0-1 at the plate. Elijah Dunn once more. 2 singles and a double. And that was that Gavin Rasmussen at first base? His parents sitting behind me. His father, Wayne, his grandfather, Wayne, graduated, same year I did, at Tonka. Strike called. 1-2 to Elijah Dunn. Okay, since his grandfather, Wayne, graduated from Tonka the same year I did, that means that he is very young. Elijah Dunn steps out. Elijah trying to have a perfect evening here. The pitch. Skies it up, air the clouds.
Yeah.
Calling for it and then making the catch. Jesus, the shortstop. 2 up and 2 down for the Bears in the 6th. Wn Chrisman with a 5-0 lead. And up is Mason Cates. Mason looking for his first hit of the game. He is 0 for 3 in this contest. Right-handed batter. Swung at one that was maybe a bit inside. Big swing though by Cates. 0-1. Cates not only plays for the baseball team, he plays for the basketball team. Hit a lot of 3-pointers. Strike. Home plate umpire Steve Eklund measured that one out before he made the call. So Cates down 0-2. Next pitch. Bank foul. Oh my gosh, did that go into the Tonka dugout? Hopefully everyone is okay. We just scorched that one. Crockett looks in at his catcher. From the stretch, the pitch. Bounding ball to second, scooped up, and the throw is in time. That was Wn to Rasmussen with the play. So the Bears go down 1-2-3 in their half of the 6th. Coming up the bottom of this frame, Wn Chrisman leads Tonka 5-0. You're listening to Wn Chrisman Bears Athletics on Free Tech Sports Radio and ISDschools.org. Well, that drop that you just heard was from Daniel Karubka. My son graduated from Wn Chrisman in 2019, and Luke was the only member of the boys swim team for 2 years at Wn Chrisman. One of the other 2 years, his teammate was Daniel Karubka, who you just heard, or an exchange student with Slovakian Express. 5-0, Wn Chrisman leads Minnetonka. Griffin's batting in the bottom of the 6th inning. At the plate is Dean DeJesus. Right swing, nothing doing. Got evens at 1-1. Bears lead, bottom of the 6th inning. 5-0. Missing just by a smidgen. Cooper Hudson, he is working very quickly. Gets the sign, and curveball just a bit inside. His catcher, Ryan Fryer, has been hit for by the DH, but Fryer doing a good job behind home plate. Tell you, a place where you can work on your baseball skills. Strike called, 3-2. That got some oohs and ahs from the fans. Hudson fires, and a strike call. That was down the middle. And DeJesus strikes out for the first out in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that brings up Mason Crockett, who started this game at first. He is now the pitcher, and for Hudson, that his 3rd strikeout of the game. If you want to work on your baseball skills, check out the dugout. No, not the dugout at Ross Family Field, not the dugout at Chrysler Stadium, not the one at the Truman Field. The dugout. It is on Nolan Road, is the dugout. Outside, 2-0, the count to Crockett. The dugout now run by the Lewis family. Rounding ball. Oh, it's a line drive, and grabbing it just before it hit the turf, Mason Cates. Soft liner, good play by Mason Cates. A line out to shortstop for Crockett. There's 2 away for Corbin Henderson. Corbin Henderson in this game, 0 for 2. The dugout, you can call them at 816-313-5634. They have 6 batting cages, 3 turf fields for defensive drills, pitching machines that can be adjusted to baseball and softball. And I saw someone there with a cricket bat, and I know a guy who is a goalie who has got in there and put on his goalie equipment and he blocked a lot of baseballs as if they were pucks. Upstairs, now 3-0. The count to Corbin Henderson. Griffins definitely need base runners. The Bears lead 5-0. 2 gone, bottom of the 6th inning. But go to the dugout and check them out. They are at 4466 South Nolan Road. Down low, and a 4-pitch walk to Corbin Henderson. So he is on base with 2 gone, and the hitter is Landon Irwin. Second walk in the game for Cooper Hudson. Landon Irwin, 0 for 2. He popped out to first, and he struck out. Also among our broadcast partners, Snyder Properties. They have the Tomashaw Apartments on Nolan Road in Independence. Throw to first and diving back in time. Kind of flinching towards second was Corbin Henderson. Hudson fired a throw there. Now another one. This time Henderson was not very far off the bag. Bears lead 5-0. 3rd consecutive throw. Hudson to first base before a pitch has been thrown to Irwin. Irwin may be getting bored waiting for the first offering to him. Still waits. And the pitch. Strike over the inside part of the plate, 0-1. Snyder Properties once more, run by my friend. Oh, there's another throw to first. Hudson doing everything he can to keep the runner close at first. I believe that is actually a courtesy runner. Don't think it's Henderson. Reaching in, fouling it away, Irwin, 0-2. Snyder Properties, they have the Tomasha Apartments. Hard to get in there. Another throw, another diving return to the base. Snyder Properties, they have an on-site laundry, flexible lease arrangements. They're near the dugout, near Blake Roberson, near the Nolan Road. Swing and a miss, and down goes Irwin, and the inning comes to an end. Once more, though, let me finish about Snyder Properties. Snyder Properties, you can reach them and learn more about them by emailing Snyder Properties, that's SNYDER, LLC@gmail.com. Okay, now let's go on to the break. 7th inning coming up. The Bears lead the Griffins 5-0. You're listening to William Chrisman Bears Athletics on Free Tap Sports Radio and ISDschools.org. What happened just now? When I heard you saying warning.
1, 2, 3.
The pitcher was mouthing off to our guys.
Oh, really?
Nobody seems to think they need to do anything about it.
See, I couldn't hear.
It's just lack of character.
Oh.
He's actually a really good kid, so.
Well, he didn't act like one just now.
Well, you don't know what your kids are saying either.
Oh, of course not. I'm not saying our kids.
I'm not saying you.
But they're like
He was out there in the middle of the
He
field.
said thank you.
Oh, really?
I'm back.
It's in the middle of the field before you do it.
You're already kicking our butt. You gotta get it up.
I don't think it's that much.
7th inning, and that's all they play in high school baseball is 7. And for the William Chrisman Bears in the top of this frame, it will be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Cooper Hudson, Vincent Chavez, and Jackson Dillard. Remember the best burgers in town anywhere, Highboy? There are 3 Highboy drive-ins in Independence. 1 on Blue Ridge Cutoff at 40 Highway, 1 on Gudgel at M291, the other 24 Highway and River Boulevard in Independence. First pitch to Cooper Hudson. Popped up in foul territory, Rasmussen there to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that will bring up Vincent Chavez. Vincent Chavez in this game is 2 for 3, a pair of singles and a strikeout.
Everybody should be right.
South City Furniture among our broadcast partners. New furniture arrives every week. They're at 630 North Nolan Road in Independence. Inside 1-0 to Chavez. They're run by Travis and Jessica Etheridge. They deliver anywhere in the Independence, Kansas City area. Chavez hits the ball high to his left. Second baseman calling for it and making the catch, Irwin, and there's 2 away. Up now is Jackson Dillard. Jackson Dillard has singled twice, and he has struck out. Bears lead 5-0. This is the top of the 7th inning. This game did get started a little late. A piece of it fouled it off the top of the screen. So Dillard down in the count, 0-2.
Go, Dillard.
Also among our broadcast partners, once again, the Highway Drive-Ins in Independence. We appreciate, of course, all of our broadcast partners. The 0-2 to Dillard. Just a bit upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If Jackson reaches, Caleb Plater will be the next hitter. Working from the stretch, Crockett and Dillard hoisted foul out of play again. For some reason in this game, there have been many fly balls or pop-outs, not as many grounders as you usually see. Crockett works from the stretch with the bases empty and strike 3 called. Jackson Dillard is down on strikes, and for Crockett, his first strikeout of the game, Last chance coming up for the Griffins. The Bears lead 5-0 as we move on to the bottom of the 7th inning. You're listening to Wn Chrisman Bears Athletics on Freetap Sports Radio and ISDschools.org. One ball count as the next pitch fouled away off the bat of Ollie Reisenbichler. 1-1. Bears lead 5-0. Last opportunity for the Griffins. Reisenbichler swings at a low pitch, hits it into center field, almost in his footsteps, making the catch, DeAndre Roberson. There's one out. Up now is Gavin Giebler. 0 for 2 in this contest. Left-handed batter. And the pitch misses for a ball. Actually, this is not Giebler.
Gavin Rasmussen.
It is Gavin Rasmussen. So one Gavin batting where another Gavin was. 2 balls and no strikes to Gavin Rasmussen. Left-handed batter, inside 3-0. So if you need runners, if you're a batter whose team really needs runners and it's 3-0, do you take this pitch? He does, and it's a strike. It looked like Rasmussen was ready to trot down to first. As working quickly, Hudson fouled away. Hudson now has worked back from a 3-0 count to 3-2. Hudson has gone the distance on the mound for the Bears. The pitch. Driven into left field and to his right to make the catch was Elijah Dunn. So 2 fly ball outs, and the last hope for the Griffin rests on the shoulder of Trey Brottingham. Asks for time as he steps up to the plate. Hudson's first pitch, ground ball to Chavez at third. Fires across, there's the throw, bounces in the dirt. Rader picks it up, they may have a play at second. And what is the call? Yay! Oh, that play was close. Well, the ball skipped in the dirt. That will be an error. And then Brottingham rounded first. He was heading to second. Caleb Plater came up to back up the throw, and he fired it to the shortstop covering, and that one was so close, but it was an error. First error in the game on the Wn Chrisman Bears. They are up 5-0. Sam Risenbackler at the plate. And a strike called is, let's see, is this, I believe this is a pinch hitter. No, it's Ollie Risenbackler. Sam, thank you. Now back, a ball and a strike.
Let's go, Sam.
So the Bears looking to finish this game. Risenbackler slices it foul well down the left field line, bounces off the warning track and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bears looking to move on for a date with the Kearney Bulldogs right here tomorrow. And I will check after the game to see what Truman did today, and so we'll know which game we're covering. The next pitch, upstairs, 2-2. Cooper Hudson looking to put the lights out here at Creekside. Check of the runner at second. The delivery. All the way again. Pretty good at bat right here as Cooper Hudson delivering strikes and Risenbackler
I think that's what we're all saying.
hitting them, fouling them away. Hudson lands at second base once again. Long hesitation and timeout is called.
Keep a hand up.
Okay, stepping back into the batter's box, Sam Risenbackler. The pitch from Hudson. Roller to Chavez at third. The throw in the dirt and dugout. The ball game has come to an end. And the Wn Chrisman Bears have won, and they go on to round 2 of the Missouri